Pam Bondi's public story begins the way many political biographies do: a clean resume, a tidy timeline, and a rise through ranks that seems almost inevitable. But when you look closer, the story doesn't hold. Her official biographies claim she became an assistant state attorney in 1994. That's the version reported in campaign materials, national profiles, and political interviews. But it's not true, because in the archives of the Tampa Tribune, dated July 20th, 1991, there's a photograph of Pam Bondi standing outside a Hillsborough County courtroom, and the caption identifies her as an assistant state attorney, not in 1994, but in 1991, just weeks after she was admitted to the Florida bar. That isn't a minor detail. It's a beginning of a pattern where the public version of events doesn't match the contemporaneous record, a pattern where timelines shift, roles blur, and accountability becomes optional. Because this same prosecutor who quietly entered the state's attorney's office years earlier than the public was told would later receive a campaign donation from Donald Trump while her office was deciding whether to join a multi-state lawsuit against Trump University. Guess what? She didn't. She would later become the Attorney General of the United States and was selected to be so by one and only Donald Trump. And Donald made very clear that Pam was never a problem.
Pam was a career prosecutor for nearly 20 years and was one of the toughest and smartest and best and most successful attorney generals in the history of Florida. And I think, I put it out this morning, I think she's going to end up going down as the most successful, or certainly one of the most successful attorney generals that this country has ever had. I really believe that. I know her well. A lot of people in Florida, if you're in Florida, you know her well, and it was all good. It was never a problem, no problem.
Donald is right. Pam is widely known in Florida, but by the wrong kind of people. Take, for instance, her alliance with Scientology. Scientology held fundraisers for her, and she's even made many speeches at their events. And most people in this country know that Scientology is an abusive cult and are very shady people to be involved with. But Pam seems quite comfortable with these types and seems to do what she is told by Trump.
She will lead the Democrats. You know where they're going to, at least she's going to lead them right down. But I think she's going to be as impartial as you can possibly be. I know I'm supposed to say she's going to be totally impartial with respect to Democrats. And I think she will be as impartial as a person can be. I'm not sure if there's a possibility of totally, but she's going to be as total as you can get, Gianni, right?
Really impartial. She continually fights for the perpetrators of crimes instead of the victims. She covers up evidence of horrendous crimes against children and women. And she would go on to publicly praise ICE while refusing to hold the agency accountable for cases where American citizens were wrongly detained or killed. Don't take my word for it, though. I'll let you hear her say it herself.
This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing right behind you and are waiting for you to turn to them and apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions, the witness gets to answer in the way they want to answer. The Attorney General can
That's
respond.
not accurate, Mr. Chairman.
Because she doesn't like the answer.
Time.
So,
Mr. Chairman,
why
I have asked
didn't
a
she
question.
ask Merrick Garland this?
I am
Twice,
reclaiming
when he
my
sat in
time,
chair.
and when I
will
reclaim my
continue to
time,
answer.
it is
Mr. Chairman, the gentlelady has
I'm
reclaimed her
not going
time.
to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
You can let her filibuster all day long, but not on our watch. Not on our time. No way. And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me
Yeah, oh, I
anything,
did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
Lawyer, not even a lawyer.
Committee will be in order.
Not only is she incredibly unprofessional and is a poor representation of our country, but she is also incredibly heartless. She let victims' names be made public while protecting the names of their abusers. To me, that's very calculating. It shows exactly what she thought of those victims. She thought the stock market was more important. And that alone shows exactly who Pam Bondi is.
Because Donald Trump The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about.
No, Pam, that's not what we should be talking about. What we should be talking about is how you've gone out of your way to protect abusers of children, how you justify killings of citizens of this country by ICE, and how you never cease to stop protecting Donald Trump. It just makes me wonder why a person would abandon their morals and common sense to almost obsessively fawn on Trump. It's weird, really. It reminds me of a cult or a high control group where they must always say how great the leader is, regardless, because to do the opposite would not be good at all. Thank you for watching, and hope you will subscribe for more stories like this.